you've got a guy who is pretty far out on a couple different spectrums, trying to, captain the ship with a bunch of workers who were in the Monday Night Wars, and you're supposed to respect them. Like, that's a tough spot to be in for everybody, dude, But then the boys who've been around just look at each other and go, shut the fuck up and cash the check. We're going to work this money mark for everything he's worth. And Tony knows it, and he can't do anything about it, because if he does cut him, then he looks like he got fooled. And the last thing a man in my position can do is to be look foolish.
I mean, so I briefly, I think it was mentioned by Stevie, or it could have been mentioned by you, either recently or I've heard you say it in the past, that it takes about 10 years to really get this business.
That's
right?
Rip.
That's
Rip would say, boys, it really takes about 8 to 10 years before you even get this shit. And then the fucking rib is your body starts falling apart and you can't fucking do anything. So then you stop working and just do character instead. And then about 5 years after that, you're fucked. And he ain't wrong. I was right on I never was a great worker, but my body started falling apart and fucking, that's how it goes, dude. You got about 20 years till the wheels fall off this shit,
So with Tony Khan, right, he's about 5 years in. So do you see within the next 3 to 5 years of him getting it?
Yeah, I'm sure he's learned a lot of lessons the hard way. But he was bankrolled, so it doesn't hurt him that much. You know what I mean? If he was really having to take L's on a house, and I'm sure he has, he's had to fucking choke down a bunch of shit and go to dad at the fucking family dinner and where's my investment, son? Dad, next year we're projected, Dad. Dave said next year we're gonna make the most money ever. Like, but I'm sure Shad Khan just like, oh, good job, son. You're doing good, buddy. Which he's probably been saying since, throw the wiffle ball. Like, that's what it feels like to me, because, dude, even Taz, the thing they just did for Taz at 2300 Arena, which was nice, but Tony comes out and puts a big hug on Taz, bro. Like, we're talking about serious helicopter parent or else no parent, and I only had nanny issues, so I have daddy issues that I need to be hugged by other grown men on camera. It's very telling to me as someone who studies psychology of human beings and how they behave for character reasons,
Did you see the production setup for the 2300 Arena for Dynamite on Wednesday at all?
Yeah.
Pictures?
The problem is, and I think even Jimmy Corderas said this, is ECW needs to look gritty, not high definition and well lit.
Right.
And it's got to, have all that. And there are even simple things. Somebody tweeted me like, Hacker, they even fucked it up worse than WWE did with the ECW shit. They're in the arena. I heard they did lights down, lights up, and it was supposed to be Hook, like a Hook came out or whatever. But you do lights down, lights up in ECW arena, you're in the ring with the towel over your head. They did lights down, lights up, and gave him an entrance.
Yeah.
The guy's Taz is right there. How is this happening? Paul Heyman is right there. How are you getting the New Jack entrance wrong? I don't have a fucking clue, bro.